Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is something that I uncovered today, and I think I'm the only person to connect these dots. So I'm putting it out there. I am the first person to connect these dots. All roads leads back to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This tea is hot. Okay. So basically, the story is this. Raquel was fired yesterday. Wait, we're going to get into it. Raquel now has the same publicist as Erika Jayne. Yes, the same exact publicist who was seen leaking and being involved with the Erika Jayne, Lisa Rinna, Kathy Hilton, Aspen drama, and all of that. I'm going to connect all of the dots. But before I do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below. Be sure to join our newsletter. It is 100% free, and you get a lot of self-care content. So with that, you guys, let's dive into the mess. All right, so let's connect the dots, okay? Word on the curb. This is according to Dumas. So this is alleged, it's a blind item, that Raquel was fired by her publicist, okay? She was fired by her publicist. I'll read you that link, that blind item, okay? It's on the screen, but just in case you can't see it, I'll read it for you. It says, subject, beauty queen in crisis mode. Raquel fired her PR team yesterday, or was fired by, which not so coincidentally was the same as Tom Sandoval's PR team. Her new team is already on the offensive, crafting a narrative that Raquel is also a, quote, victim in all of this. When she films with Sandoval later today, she's been advised and is planning to break things off with him. To be determined if this happens. The plan is to then go after him for screen recording the FaceTime sex session without Raquel's consent, which was uncovered by Ariana on Sandoval's phone and led to the unraveling of events. They're planning to allege that Sandoval took advantage of Raquel while she was in a vulnerable moment in life, clouding her judgment, then recording intimate videos without her knowledge. She will then go on an apology tour, relaying that she's devastated by what has unfolded and for betraying one of her best friends, Ariana. At present, Raquel is not taking responsibility for her role in this affair. She's more concerned with correcting the record on the, quote, finger-banging video than taking accountability for the hurt that she has caused. And just for the record, she didn't have these ideas nor plans to distance from Sandoval until her new PR relayed their strategy to try and save her image. Okay, we're going to get into this because we're going to dissect this, okay? Now, this screenshot is from Raquel's Instagram account, and I took that today when I was prepping for this like 20 minutes ago. So this is her latest and greatest, okay? Now it's saying for PR and press. I don't know who it said previously. According to Dumas, she had the same PR people as Tom Sandoval, which I think that part is true because all those Vanderpump Rules kids did have the same PR people, the same PR press, this, that, and the third, right? But now it said, and I'm really proud of myself. I'm going to toot my own horn, toot, toot, because I am the first person who connected this dot, that her new publicist is Jack, and his last name is like Kiatsoan, if I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, But he is the same exact publicist that is Erika Jayne's publicist. The same exact one that we saw in the last season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the same exact one who it was alleged was leaking all of the Kathy Hilton, Lisa Rinna drama to the press and the blogs and the media, trying to distract from Erika Jayne's legal problems being the main storyline on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is the same exact publicist. His name is Jack at Full Scope PR. Okay. And this is from Raquel's Instagram. So this is her, according to Dumas, according to the blind item. Again, everything is alleged. So I'll just say that now. And then moving forward, we know all alleged. This is now her new PR. And her new strategy is basically to lie. If this is to believe that she's going to lie, say she was the victim, Tom Sandoval took advantage of her, he FaceTime recorded her doing a sexual act on video without her permission, blah, 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 blah. Okay, listen. And then later on, if you guys want, I can do I have a couple of articles where we could talk about Jack and Erika and Lisa. But for now, I'm just going to break down the tomfoolery, pun intended, of this strategy and why it's not going to work and it's such a lie. Okay, Raquel, Jack, if you're listening, there are holes in this strategy. The first hole is Raquel herself. She has had the most entitled, pretentious, I don't give an F, I'm doing whatever I want attitude this last season and currently. So this whole, she was taken advantage of, a bad time she was having, this isn't who she is, she feels so bad, that narrative isn't going to fly. She sat there, looked Katie Maloney dead in her face, and was basically like, I can have your ex-husband if I want to. And what? She was just on Watch What Happens Live saying, I didn't ask Katie for permission when Andy was talking about the conversation they had when she said she wanted to date Tom Schwartz, or hook up with him, rather. She didn't even say date. She just said she wanted to hook up with him. Absolutely ridiculous. And then now that we've seen everything that her and Tom have done, the whole Tom sweatshirt, wearing it at BravoCon, him dressing up as her for Halloween, and then Raquel having the audacity to bring the sweatshirt to Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live, them wearing the same, his and hers matchy, lightning bolt necklaces, disappearing, that allegedly means I love you, disappearing for 3 hours at Sheena's wedding, and now they're like, oh, were they off banging, having sex in Ariana's bed and underneath her roof. It's been said that Tom Sandoval and Raquel were having sex in Ariana's bed when she was in Florida because her grandfather died. And then there was the other rumor going around that he snuck Raquel into Raquel's room when she was staying with them in the guest room, and Ariana caught them, and he lied and said, oh, I'm bringing her water. And it was 4 a.m. in the morning. And also not to forget everything now that's being leaked that Raquel was at, Tom Sandoval's gigs and stuff by herself, acting like, she's the number one, she's basically the lead singer's girlfriend, just out in public, what? The audacity of it all. So the narrative that oh, poor Raquel, she was some victim and Tom took advantage, that's not going to fly. The other part of what's not going to fly in this very contrived fake strategy, and before I get into the other reason, side note, I do believe this blind item from Dumas. It tracks because it's the same exact strategy that Jack was trying to do for Erika Jayne. He wanted to insert, let's make Kathy Hilton homophobic, a racist, a meltdown, a white supremacist, blah, 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 blah. So everybody will be talking about Kathy, and then it'll distract from the whole mess that is Erika Jayne. And he has been known to do this. We actually did a deeper dive into him. Go back and watch that video, but we did a deeper dive into him. And he has said before that that's a part of his strategy, with his clients. He does crisis and he does damage control. And one of his main strategy is basically create a bigger fire to look at. So if your client is in the middle of a PR storm and have their own fire going on, just create a bigger fire to distract everybody until your fire goes out. And then he's also known for setting up fake celebrity relationships, like whether the client is like an up and coming celebrity, he will pair him or her with like a A-lister or a more high profile person to like raise their star. Or unfortunately, sometimes people cannot be honest about their sexuality because, there still is backlash. So sometimes certain celebrities will hire, a girlfriend or a boyfriend, to date to hide the fact that, they're gay or whatever. Because unfortunately, sometimes there's still hate and stuff like that happens in our society. So he's known for that. So none of this surprises me because this completely tracks. However, the cat's too far out of the bag on this one. It's too far out of the bag. Because another reason why this strategy isn't going to work, again, Raquel, Jack, if you're listening, you need a new strategy. Call me if you need a consultant, okay? Another reason why this strategy isn't going to work is because you're trying to claim that Tom Sandoval took the FaceTimed and screenshot and screen recorded her basically, playing with herself, finger banging herself without her consent or knowledge. And then that was the video that Ariana found. That was the sex video. That doesn't track with everything we already know. We already know that Raquel sent the video to Tom. So if she sent the video to Tom, then how was he able to FaceTime or screen record it? And also don't forget, during the time that the video was being sent, or the time that the video was received at least, Tom was on stage playing with his cringy, weird band. So how was he on stage in front of 20 people? How is he simultaneously on stage and screen recording Raquel playing with herself on FaceTime? So that also doesn't track. This cat is too far out of the bag. Like, it's crazy. And it's also very disgusting and grimy as hell for their strategy to make Raquel a fake victim of sexual exploitation, I guess the word would be. It wouldn't necessarily be like revenge P word, because it's not like he purposely leaked it. In order for it to be revenge P word, it would have to be, they did it in an intimate setting and then he got mad at her and he leaked it on purpose, right? So it wouldn't be that. But it's like, oh, he didn't have her consent and he FaceTimed her. Like, we gotta, like, these shows really have to stop playing around with sexual assault victims or sexual exploitation victims. Like, you really gotta quit that. You really gotta stop. We had enough of it in Potomac. And we're not buying, and we're not going to fly, because there are so many people out there who have been exploited in a sexual way, who have sent things to someone that they trusted and then they leaked it out, who have been taped and recorded without their consent. So miss me with this whole Raquel is a victim thing. And he, what I'm like, to me, again, disgusting. And the other part that I do believe about this is that Raquel doesn't give a damn. That she really doesn't blame herself. She has no remorse. She could care less about Ariana. And that she wants to find a way to just be with Tom. And still become, in her delusional head, the HBIC of Vanderpump Rules. I totally believe that. I don't think she's taking zero accountability. Because remember, even when she was on Watch What Happens Live, how disgusting and disrespectful when she was like, have a friendship with Katie or make out with shorts. She was like, whatever, I'll make out with shorts. How disrespectful. It's like, you don't have to be BFS with someone to show them the most basic, bare minimum level of respect. And to be honest, Katie's never been mean to Raquel until she wanted to hook up with her ex-husband. So Raquel really doesn't have a reason to be this disrespectful to Katie. Katie didn't do anything to you, Raquel. You wanted to make out with her husband literally before the ink dried on their divorce contract. And the gag is the entire time you are having sex with his best friend. So the entire time you're having sex with his best friend, who is also the long-term boyfriend of your supposed friend, Ariana, you, on top of all of that, you're still getting pleasure out of hurting Katie because you're in a fake relationship with her ex-husband? That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's the real gag. That is the real gag. I believe all of it. In my opinion, I believe it. I believe it. Except for, I don't think she fired her PR team. I think they fired her. I think they let her go. And she then had to go and get this, what do you call it? A new PR company. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But not shocking. Not shocking, right? After everything we know, of course she's going to hire the same publicist that Erika Jayne has. And honestly, and a little bit more about this publicist Jack guy, he's very thirsty on the scene. So this is Jack. So this is him here with Gretchen Rossi. If you don't know who Gretchen Rossi is, Gretchen Rossi was on The Real Housewives of OC, like way back in the day. Like way back in the day. Like you can kind of see how he's aged and all that stuff. Now, this is also Jack with Kim Zolciak. We all know Kim Zolciak was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Tardy for the Party. And then up in the corner, it says Jack. And then underneath it, it says Erika's publicist. This is from when remember it was like the deleted scenes, the deleted footage from the season finale of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That's where this is from. And I remember that in the deleted scenes, it showed Jack and Mickey and some other person were like Kiki and hee-hawing about the whole Erika Jayne stuff. And then that's when, with the Erika Jayne, Lisa Rinna, and Kathy Hilton stuff. And they're like, oh, Kathy needs to pay for this. Kathy needs to be exposed. It's so wrong, blah, blah, blah. And then that's when Kyle told it at the party she had about how she knew that the leaks were coming from Erika Jayne's publicist. That's him. I don't know who this Jackie person is at the bottom here, but she looks like somebody maybe from that looks to me like Paris World. What's Paris Hilton's reality show called? Paris World, whatever it's called. I think it's that, because also don't forget, he's also the publicist for like Nikki Hilton and Paris Hilton. Actually, let me read a little bit about this. Okay, so this is from Variety. This is a little background information on Jack, okay? Publicist Jack and Pia launch full scope public relations exclusive, okay? This is from Variety, so it's going to be a nice article. Now, don't forget, so this is full scope. This is him and his partner, and then this is him with Kristen Cavallari, because he's also Kristen Cavallari's publicist too. He's like in that whole, what do you call it, world? But yep. Anyway, here we go. Publicist Jack and Pia have partnered to launch the new agency Full Scope Public Relations that Variety has learned exclusively. Full Scope Public Relations will be based in West Hollywood, California, where it opens its business this month. Jack, a PR vet and author, started his career with PMK before co-founding the publicity firm EMC Bowery. Pia started her career at EMC Bowery under Jack before joining Jones' work, where she worked with talent, corporate, and executive clients. We are thrilled to be embarking on this new chapter with Full Scope Public Relations, Jack and Pia said in a joint statement. Our team is a mix of diverse young creatives and veteran experts who share the same determination to launch innovative campaigns that express compelling brand stories and evolve the full scope of each client's future. Yeah, that sounds pretty good, but we're going to get into what they really do. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Full Scope's roster includes a range of musicians, television personalities, and influencers, in addition to corporate clients. The agency represents Tyga, who is Kylie Jenner's ex, and what's her name? Black China's ex. Okay, Kristen Cavallari, who we know is a reality star, Nikki Hilton, Nick Carter, Dre London, Brian McKnight, Erika Jane, Dorothy Wang. Dorothy Wang, we know she was on Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, I believe. Kim Zolciak, Amber Rose, Monique Samuels, plus Uncommon James, Neon Carnival, and some other stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Wow. Now, that sounds really fancy, right? But then I also have the article from Heavy, which says Real Housewives of Beverly Hills deleted scene puts Erika Jayne's publicist in focus. And that's him. He was the one who was accused of spilling all of that stuff. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Ugh. All right. So just to recap for the people who just joined, according to a blind item linked by Dumas, Raquel, in my opinion, was fired by her PR team, or she fired them, but I'm pretty sure she got fired. Thank you. Hey, Buzz's ex-girlfriend has been stuck inside sick this weekend. Great coverage. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah. So, was dropped. And I'll read it again because I know that a lot of people just joined. So I'll read it again. And I do believe I am the first person that put together the fact that her new publicist, Jack, is the same exact publicist that Erika Jayne has and used to basically throw Kathy Hilton under the bus in order to deflect from Erika Jayne. Basically made up lies to protect his client, okay? Now here we go. It says, Raquel's fired by her PR team yesterday, which is not so coincidentally was the same as Tom Sandoval's PR. Her new team is already on the offensive, crafting a narrative that Raquel is also a victim in all of this. When she films with Sandoval later today, she's been advised and is planning to break things off with him. To be determined if that happens. The plan is then to go after him for screen recording the FaceTime sex session without Raquel's consent, which was uncovered by Ariana on Sandoval's phone and led to the unraveling of events. They're planning to allege that Sandoval took advantage of Raquel while she was in a vulnerable moment in life, clouding her judgment. Then recording intimate videos without her knowledge. She will then go on an apology tour, relaying that she's devastated by what has unfolded and for betraying one of her best friends, Ariana. At present, Raquel is not taking responsibility for her role in the affair. She's more concerned with correcting the record on her, quote, finger-banging video than taking accountability for the hurt that she has caused. And just for the record, she didn't have these ideas, nor plans to distance from Sandoval until her new PR relayed their strategy to try and save her image. Which is really, really disgusting. Really, really disgusting. Basically saying, let's pretend you are the victim of sexual exploitation in order to save your image. An image nobody cared about and nobody will care about. Like, Raquel is not that girl. She's never been that girl. I'm confused by this. She's just not that girl. What image? What exactly? Like, Raquel, just like shut up and go away. Like, what are you trying to save? You're a B player on a show. Go away. It's not that deep or serious. You're making things worse for you. a couple of things that just popped into my head, a couple of things that just popped up that I think is worth noting and to like think on and noodle on, right? If she goes through with this strategy, some people might actually buy this BS. That is really putting the nail in Tom Sandoval's coffin. Let's talk about the fallout he's already had. He's had to move out of the mansion. He got his, partnership with Hydroxycut. I don't know who takes Hydroxycut in 2023. I don't know. But he basically, lost his partnership with Hydroxycut. They're, quote, putting it on pause, but we know what pause means. He lost that. He's had to take a break or step away from Schwartz and Sandy's because Schwartz and Sandy's right now was getting slaughtered on Yelp, to the point where Yelp had to release a statement being like, hey guys, like, we get it, they messed up, but like, don't put up fake, reviews. So Yelp even had to like suspend, reviews on Schwartz and Sandy because it had gotten that bad. He had to put out the whole statement about, please don't take this out on Schwartz and our other partners. I have to step back from Sandy and Schwartz, blah, 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 blah. He's getting booed and heckled at his cringy, concerts. He has delusions of grandeur. He thinks he's the most hated man in America. We don't hate you. We're just disgusted by you. There's a difference. You're not the caliber to be hated. We're just disgusted. Those are two very different things. So he's already gotten a ton of backlash, right? Ton of backlash. Business is folding, money going out the door. Got to figure out the situation with this $2 million house with Ariana. I don't know if he has a stake in their cocktail app delivery service. Probably does. I think they did everything together. So that money is also on the line. On top of all of that, for Raquel to then claim that he sexually exploited her and recorded her sexually without her knowledge, now you're really setting fire to his whole life and career. Now, I don't personally believe that is true. I think she willingly and consensually sent him stuff, and he probably sent her stuff, and they probably recorded stuff. And I'll tell you a huge reason why I think this. We had been talking about, and I wish I had the clip of it. I'll find it. We had been talking about, and if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Raquel and Sheena Shea, before everything hit the fan, like literally like the day before or the day of, they were doing the press tour, right? And she's doing an interview with Page Six. And Raquel, her voice is shaking. She sounds like she's about to cry. She can barely, get through her words. Her voice is very, quivering. And the reason why I think that is because of the context of the question that she got. The Page Six reporter was like, oh, what was the last text you got from somebody in the cast or whatever? And that's when she started shaking and quivering. And she took out her phone and she's like, oh, it's from Schwartz. And he said, Rock, come join us, blah, 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 blah. I think she was shook because she was worried that they were going to say, show us the last text message that you got from Schwartzy, or show us the last text message you got from a cast member. And then on her phone would be all of these, finger banging videos and, sexting videos and sex texts and photos that her and Tom Sandoval have been swapping. I think the reason why her voice was quivering was out of fear. Because if I was her and I was in that situation and I'm being interviewed and I know that I have all of these, sex videos in my phone, sent via text and this, that, and a third, and they're like, oh, so your last text message in your phone, and she has her phone in the actual interview. So it's not like she's remembering. She has the phone. I would be like, oh my God, are they going to ask me to see my phone? Oh my God. Because you know how they do that weird kitschy stuff in skits? Oh, show us your last text message, something like that. I think she was in fear. that they were going to ask to see it. And then she'd have to somehow quickly delete all of the sex videos. Because if you think about it, that's what Ariana found. She found the sex video of Raquel, according to this Dumas blind item, finger banging herself or whatever the case may be. I don't know what she was doing, but she was doing something to herself sexually. I think she was worried that they were going to find that, because that's exactly what Ariana found. And that's when everything popped off. I wonder how Sandoval is going to feel if Raquel goes through with this strategy. Because I think Raquel would be like, oh, let's go through the strategy, but let's secretly stay together still. But how? How are you going to secretly stay together if you're going to go out and basically tell the world that this man sexually exploited you and taped you while you were doing a sexual act without your consent? After he's pretty much on the brink of losing everything. That's the strategy? Yeah. And these people, I mean, dwindling. I mean, not to quote Candace, honestly, both of them have very dwindling careers. You know, Tom Sandoval and Schwartz are promoting hydroxycut. Hasn't that killed people? I don't even think that's safe to take. And then we have Raquel, you know, I don't know if it's real tears or fake tears, talking about she's like, doesn't feel like herself and she's so lost in her life because she's aged out of being in pageants. So what do they really have going on? Vanderpump Rules was on its very last leg. Season 9 was a bust. They barely even got that. Season 10 was doing good. It was chugging along, but I don't think season 11 was a slam dunk guarantee until now. Ugh. But I want to know what you guys think, okay? And stick around, my beautiful candy canes, because I'm going to take your candy cane questions and comments, okay? So stick around. But I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. You know, what do you think about Raquel either firing or being fired, because I think she was fired, by her PR team, and then hiring Erika Jayne's PR person, her publicist, Jack. Remember, Jack is the same one who was allegedly behind leaking the Lisa Rinna and Kathy Hilton drama as a way to deflect from Erika Jayne. Same exact person, same exact strategy. Create a bigger fire so people are looking at that fire instead of looking at your client's fire. Put it down below. What do you think? And then also, what do you think about their PR strategy? Basically calling Tom Sandoval a sexual predator, saying he exploited her and she was at a vulnerable time, this, that, and the third. Put it down below. Let me know what you think. And before you do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend, because a kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below and join our newsletter. It is 100% for free. So with that, I'm going to take some candy cane question and comments. And happy Sunday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Hey, Pia Press, she says, I'm ready for this.